force of the blow is something that I don't remember, because the next thing I do remember is actually looking down and seeing that I was on fire. December 11th, a typically busy day. The clock was ticking towards 7, and so I went outside. I turned my grill on. It was a very chilly night, mind you, because I live in the Northeast, and I noticed that the wind had blown the flames out, and so I turned the gas off. The lid of the grill had been open the whole time. I went to restart the grill, and I turned the gas on just a tiny bit, hit the igniter, and it blew. It was an explosion, a fireball, just like you see in the movies. As I saw that I was on fire, I knew that my oldest daughter was in the kitchen setting the table, which was around the corner from the grill. So I yelled to her, "Mommy's on fire, call 911." I had a scoop neck shirt. I ripped the shirt off. I ripped it off with, I'm left-handed, I ripped it off with this hand, and as you can see, this hand got the worst of it. So I ripped the shirt off, and I took the end of the shirt that wasn't on fire, so the other end of the shirt, and I put the fire out on my head. It was like anything to put out the heat, anything to put out that pain that's really like anything else you've ever experienced, and that sensation of being on fire. Well, I was very lucky. I had first-degree burns on my face and my neck. All of this burned, I lost quite a bit of hair. This all burned off. This is all, hair extensions, which I have because I work on TV. I have second-degree burns on my chest, right up until the line of the t-shirt, and second-degree burns on both of my hands. I had the flesh had melted off here, so I had several open wounds, being on my chest, being here. My nose was pretty badly. It's just the regenerative powers of the body are amazing. But this was all kind of melted away here, and then this hand just really got the brunt of it. So fortunate, no skin grafts, no third-degree burns, no cornea transplant. I didn't read my girl safety instructions, and I didn't know. I flat out didn't know. I assumed that the propane had dissipated into the air immediately. It didn't even occur to me that propane is heavier than air, which I now know, and it was a cold night. What I should have done, and what the safety instructions say to do, is if your flame goes out for any reason, you have to turn the gas off and wait. You wait 15 minutes, at least. This wasn't a grill defect, all right? That's what propane does. So when you go to reignite, it blew, right? It blew. A fireball, an explosion. That can happen to anybody. First thing, I should have sat down and read, how do you operate this, okay? Busy life, don't bother doing it. Look what happened. I didn't want this to happen to anybody else, ever. If I can make anybody think twice as they're grilling, I can't bear the thought of anybody going through this unnecessarily. I just can't bear it.
Hey guys, this is Steve Wolbach, your friendly public adjuster. What about that video? Boy, that was pretty disturbing there. I mean, that's I'm sure she went through an awful lot of pain. She had no idea what was going to happen. I think a lot of people are not familiar with the characteristics of propane. Propane gas is a heavier type of gas than air, and it does not just dissipate. It just does not float and go up into the sky. It will stay within the cavity of your grill. And do not or you should not be too quick if you've had it going for a little bit and it hasn't ignited to go and stick your hand in there with a match and try to light something. That propane can encircle and engulf your hand, and that can go right up. That's we don't need that, right? I'd rather you start cooking 5 minutes later and be safe than to have the unfortunate mishap like this young lady did. Um, Guys, I know it's towards the end of the season. Summer will be coming to an end. There is grilling through the winter. Not that many people do it, but there's a percentage. But, now that you've seen this, I hope that you will be a little more cautious. And if you know somebody that does a lot of grilling, perhaps you can point that out to them. It's just a little safety tip. We don't want anybody getting hurt along the way. It's needless. We don't need to have that. Well, this is Steve Wolbach, your friendly public adjuster. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would, could you give me one of these? And would you share this? As I say, this would be a nice safety tip for people that do propane grilling. Um, and of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, I certainly could use another subscriber along the way. Come on board. We're taking subscriptions all night. So, please don't hesitate there to subscribe to my site, and I would really appreciate that. As a public adjuster, I just want to mention that there are accidents that happen all the time to your home, and damage will occur. I can help you with those things. So if you would just keep that in mind, that if you know anyone that has had damage to their property and it's been within the past year, I can help them go and get a fair settlement from the insurance company. Now, we need to look at the insurance policy, of course, and as long as they have coverage, I can use that to our advantage to use leverage to get the insurance company to make a settlement, to pay you out. So just remember that and keep that in the back of your mind that I am able to help you if you have damage to your property. Guys, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate that, and God bless you.